Hi, I'm Steven. My story is about Curry's PC World. It's just been the most awful customer service journey I've ever imagined. It's just like I've never experienced anything quite like it. So the fact that they, it's almost like their web people and their phone service and anywhere else are just these completely disconnected organizations that just refuse to listen to reason. Just over a month ago, I placed an order online for some gifts for my partner. Um, Long story short, I actually tried to place the order a few times online, but got interrupted due to a whole technical bunch of reasons. But as a result of that interruption, they kept part of the order process was they kept auto populating the address with an old address of mine, which I hadn't changed because I hadn't used it for a while, and I hadn't noticed this on the fifth attempt of posting the order. So essentially, I placed the order with my old address, so incorrect address, and I only caught it as I pushed proceed. So, but I caught it immediately just after I hit the actual purchase button. So I called them immediately to say, right, can you please change the address on the order? To which the agent on the phone said, "Sorry, we can't cancel. Sorry, we can't change it. You'll have to cancel the order and then replace the order." So I said, "Okay, is that something you are able to do over the phone? Like cancel the order?" They said, "Not a problem. We can do that for you now." Took a few details, confirmed a few things, and then said, "Right, that should be done. You can go ahead and place the new order." So I do that. I place the new order online and don't think about it for the rest of the day. At about 2, 3 o'clock, I got an email saying from Curry's and DDP saying, "Oh, good, well done. Your order's been processed. We're going to send it to you tomorrow." But this is for both orders, so it's like I'm very confused at this point. So I don't know what's going on because I've cancelled one of the orders and I've placed a new order. So I'm not sure why I'm getting two notifications. So at this point, I'm at work. I can't phone them. I have to use their web tool. So I use that and I speak to someone online and I say to them, "I phoned earlier today to cancel this order. You are now processing it. What's going on?" They said, "Oh, sorry, it's too late to cancel now. You can send the order." I said, "No, no, but I've cancelled it. I phoned this morning. You said it was cancelled. Why is it being processed?" Um, so basically, they gave me a whole bunch of advice saying, "Well, you need to reject the order on the delivery." I said, "Well, I don't live there, so I can't reject it. It's going to go through concierge. They're just going to sign for it anyway. You said it was going to be cancelled, so I don't know why I'm now jumping through the hoops because you guys didn't do what you said you did." After a long debate, they said it was cancelled. They did something and said it was cancelled. Anyway, fast forward to the next day. It's not cancelled. They send it anyway. And then makes matters worse, the DDP driver doesn't go by the concierge, so at least it would be sitting there. They somehow bypass all the security, get up to the floor where it is, leave it outside the old door, and sign for it using my name, and I'm not even there. So they've fraudulently signed for it. So I phoned Curry's again to say, now this has happened. And they say, "Well, now we have to file a lost claims for the goods." And I said, "Well, look, you guys were supposed to cancel this. Why didn't you cancel it the first time?" And they just give me some recorded line where it's like, "Well, it was processed." It's like, I can't even argue this point with them anymore. They're not accepting responsibility, the fact that it should have been cancelled. So I just go along with him and say, "Right, just fill it out, please. Just get, well, how long is this going to take? 5 to 7 days. We'll come back to you." 6 days go by. I phone them again just to say, "Hey, what's going on?" They haven't even filled out the report. Nothing has happened. And at this point, I'm now kind of just losing my mind a little bit because they're now telling me that they have to file the reports. It doesn't take 7 days. It can take up to 21 days. It's like 200 quid later, and Christmas is just around the corner. This is a Christmas gift, and it's preventing me from buying other gifts. Um, Now I'm about to jet off to Canada with my partner to go visit her family, and so then I really don't have anything. So basically, I phone them and say, "You guys now need to escalate this. Please give me a call back. I'm done being nice with you. You have promised me one thing after another, and nothing keeps getting done." Um, and they say, "That's fine. We'll get a manager to call you back in about 48 hours." I wait 5 days, no call back, nothing. I now am in Canada. I call them back to say, "What is going on? You guys promised me a call back. This is getting ridiculous." And I'm basically still fed the same line saying, "Well, look, we couldn't cancel it. The order had been processed." And at this point, I'm kind of like now fighting back the original cancellation point of view because it's like, I don't understand how you guys couldn't have canceled it. I called 5 minutes after the order was placed. And order does not take that. Doesn't take less than 5 minutes for an order to be processed and dispatched for you not to cancel it. You had all day. I got canceled it in the morning and you processed it in the afternoon. I have the emails to show when it was processed versus the phone log when I called. You had all that time to cancel it. It's not acceptable anymore. And at the same time, I write a review on Trustpilot saying this is awful service. I use a website called Resolver, and I think I find yourselves online to say we need this. I'm basically at my wit's end with this, just this awful customer service journey that I've been on of reviews. And then I get some response back through Resolver. I get some response back from Trustpilot, and I explain to them again. I've explained the story I don't know how many times. I've also used their web service as well a few times at this point. And so they say they're looking into it, and I wait a few days. Then I call back again a few days later saying, what is going on? You've promised me multiple call backs at this time. I've not heard anything. The lady on the other end doesn't really know what to do, so she actually just transfers me straight to DDP. I didn't even ask to be transferred to DDP. I'm kind of losing my wits at this time. And I was explaining to the lady on the end of the line of DDP what has happened. And they said, well, we'll look into an investigation for them just dropping the goods off and signing for it and all that sort of stuff. A couple of days later, I get an email back from DDP saying, well, we've done your investigation. Your results are now with Courage. You need to contact them. So part of my almost becoming sort of daily to second to daily call to Courage, I say, what is going on? And DDP have now said, you've come back with an investigation. They say, we haven't got anything from DDP. So I'm like, I don't know what is going on. You guys were supposed to cancel it. You told me to cancel it. I followed your orders. I followed everything along the lines of what is going on. And now you've just delivered the goods. You don't care that they've been delivered and signed for by someone fraudulently and left, and now they're missing. You just don't seem to care. And then eventually I'm starting to get these replies back saying, look, we delivered it as you instructed to the address. It's sorry, you put the wrong address. It's your fault. We processed it. We couldn't cancel it at the time. So it's not our problem. You need to contact DDP or the police now for the fraudulent thing. And it's like, well, I haven't got the goods. They fobbed me off, and now it's gotten to the point where I've now launched a case with I don't know who it is, the CDRL, who they've put me in touch with. I've actually launched a small claims against them. I tried to use my Amex to launch something through them, but they closed the case because they came back saying, "Oh, you need to give us more information." But I got the letter well after the day that they gave me the deadline for, so I couldn't do it there. So I might go back to them and just say, "Can we just please reopen this?" But it's literally been a month and like a few days now, and it's actually caused me a hell of a lot of stress. It's not like in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge amount of money, but to anyone else who doesn't make, like to anyone else, 200 quid's quite a lot of money. And actually, to me, it's not a small amount of money, but it's enough money, and especially around Christmas time. And I think the thing that's really pissed me off about it is that I followed their advice. I called them straight away after I realized my mistake, and I fully admitted that was my mistake. And they told me to cancel. Had I not done that, or had I known this was going to be the issue, like I would have taken time off work, and I would have sat outside my old address trying to intercept it. Had I known any of this was going to happen, I wouldn't have lost money. I wouldn't have placed a second order, which again is what they told me to do. It's just been the most awful customer service journey I've ever imagined. It's just like I've never experienced anything quite like it. So the fact that it's almost like their web people and their phone service and anywhere else are just these completely disconnected organizations that just refuse to listen to reason. The number of times I've pointed out to them that I canceled the order at the order was placed at like 10:40, the order was canceled at 10:45. The email saying it was processed was like 3 in the afternoon. And then the second cancellation was at about sort of 4 or something like that, shows that there was this huge gap that the order was sitting there unprocessed, and they refused to acknowledge it. So I don't know what to do anymore. So I'm kind of at my wit's end. There's no way to escalate it within Currys. I just want them to acknowledge that they made a mistake and give me my money back. Like I phoned them, they told me to cancel the order and said it was done. Acknowledge that, and then also just give them an apology. Act like a human being. Like, I know it's a it's a big corporation, but when you speak to these people online, like it's designed not to want you to do anything with them. Like their web service, it's impossible to get through to anyone. It's almost designed that way by nature. So I want their customer service to improve. I want them to review their processes. I want them to look at it and say, all right, maybe that's not the way we treat customers. Maybe things will actually get a bit better. And actually, as a result of it, maybe people will actually be willing to buy from them. Because if you go to Trustpilot and you look at all the reviews on Curry, they're not very good.